Children, today we are going to study more about diversity. We have dealt with diversity in part 1. Today we are going to elaborate diversity in part 2. And here we will have the basic understanding of the kingdom and its various smaller nomenclatures and classifications and how they are done. First, we will begin with species. Species is the smallest unit of organism classification in which individual organisms can interbreed amongst themselves. Like if we take the example of Homo sapiens. Sapiens is the species of human beings, and all the individuals of this organism, human beings, can interbreed amongst themselves to produce their own progeny. Organisms of the same species have the same characteristics, and organisms of interrelated species are different. Though interbreeding takes place amongst the individuals of the same species, but in rare cases we can interbreed two different species, like a cross hybrid or a cross between a donkey and a mare, that is a female horse, gives an organism which is a mule. But mule is a sterile organism. It does not produce offsprings. And mule is very similar to the male parent, that is the donkey, in the shape of ears, legs, hooves, shape of tail, and the shortness of mane. And it has many characteristics from its female parents like height and shoulder. But since it's an interbreed between two different species, hence it cannot produce offsprings. Further, I would like to elaborate again that donkeys can interbreed as a species amongst themselves, and horses are different species and they can interbreed amongst themselves to produce offsprings with the same genetic combination. But when it comes to a mule, then they are offsprings which cannot produce and interbreed amongst themselves. They are sterile organisms or sterile individuals. Now we will have further understanding of the category genus, and the plural is genera. When similar species they group together, then they constitute the next higher category or group, and that is known as genus. We will take the example of crow. There are two species of crows. One is the jungle crow and one is the house crow. Jungle crow is called Corvus macrorhynchos and the house crow is called Corvus splendens. They are two different species, the jungle crow and the house crow. Hence, they cannot interbreed. So they are grouped into different species, that is macrorhynchos and splendens. But since they have got the same characteristics and are different from other birds, so they are grouped together in the same genera or the genus, and that is known as Corvus. These two are two different species and they cannot interbreed amongst themselves to produce their offsprings. Now we'll take our understanding still further and we will move to family. Family is a group of genera with certain common characteristics and they form a family. So we have moved from species to genera, which is a bigger group or a bigger category, and now we are moving to family. We can take the example of lion, tiger and cat. Lion and tiger belong to the common genera, that is Panthera. Lion is known as Panthera leo, where leo is the species of lion, And tiger is known as Panthera tigris, where tigris is the species of tiger. And another genre in it is cat, which belongs to the genre Felis. And they all, the lion, tiger, cat, they all come under the common cat family, and that is known as Felidae. Now, moving still higher up is the order. We have seen that lion, tiger, cat, though belonging to different species, and lion and cat belonging to different genera, belong to the same family, and that is Felidae. Now, there is a cat family, that is Felidae, and there is a dog family, that is known as Canidae, in which comes dog, foxes, jackal. And these two families, they have certain similar or common characteristics or common features. Thus, a group of related families is known as an order, and cat family and dog family will come under Carnivora. Now, in our classification, we come to class. All the related orders, they make a class. For example, orders of different animals like those of dogs, cats, bats, whale and monkey, and in fact even human beings, they come in the same class. And what is the common factor which binds them together? It is the hairy skin and milk gland. Milk gland is known as mammary glands, and they are present in all the females of this class. And the class is known as Mammalia. In the hierarchy of classification, we still move further to phylum. It is the largest division in the classification of plants and animals. Related classes constitute a phylum. Like if we take the phylum Chordata, then it constitutes fishes, it constitutes frogs, reptiles, birds and mammals. So they are together classified into the phylum Chordata. And the largest classification is the kingdom. All the animals are classified in animal kingdom, Animalia, or the plant kingdom, Plantae. There are 5 kingdom classification, of which we are going to deal in our part 3. So now we will go down from kingdom to phylum, phylum to class, class to order, order to family, family to genus, genus to species.